Hi, my name's Keith, and I'm known as the Florida Stone Man, and today I'm going to be talking to you about frustration. Frustration. Yes, that's Florida Stone Man getting frustrated. But that's the thing. This whole video is going to be about teaching you about frustration, the energies of frustration. Because, and yes, I'm going to show off my belt because I like the belt being in the videos. There we go. But in this video, I'm going to be teaching you about the energy of frustration, because you kind of need to be frustrated about certain things for certain things to change. Even, we can see this with God in the Bible. Best example. When God gets frustrated, it's like, okay, major changes happening. Remember, basically, they were building a tower. We see this in Genesis, and the tower is getting built, and God got frustrated with them. He was mad at them. He's like, I united you guys together, and now you're working together to go against me? Goodbye to the tower. So that's how we know Babylon. So he broke up all the different languages, and it actually created a very different world for us. So this is a very, very good example, because where are you frustrated in your life? Sometimes you guys are not getting frustrated. Sometimes you're not getting frustrated when you should get frustrated. And you should be frustrated about certain things. It's a natural human emotion, but you're supposed to transmute the frustrations. Now, how can you transmute the frustrations? You do that by calming yourself down, grounding yourself, centering yourself. So you're frustrated, you take that energy and you project the energy not as anger or not as frustration. You take the energies of frustration and you use it in your favor. So anyone who's an entrepreneur. So, and by the way, if you guys see me looking around like this, it's because I have a lot of clairvoyant visions and they're outside my eyes. So when I'm seeing a whole bunch of 3D physical reality and I'm seeing visions, because the angels are showing me visions, I'm seeing a lot of visions to be able to teach you guys. It's actually how I'm able to view certain things. So when it comes to frustrations, you get so frustrated and upset and angry and you're just like, what's going on? But the thing with frustration is people tend to give up. People tend to be like, I'm quitting. Versus when you're about to quit is when you find the most gold. Look at gold miners. So the ones who actually gave up, someone found gold after them because they already dug a hole, or they already did what they had to do. When it comes to gold miners who stick with it, they feel like doing this to themselves because they can't take anymore. And it's not a good feeling to have, and no human should even think about that. But it does pop up and you're just like, okay, it's just like, you can't take it anymore. Everyone's been at that place in their life at least once. At least once. So that's the thing. And what do you do with frustration? Like I said, it's your weapon. You transmute it. So that's a rise of energies. So in chemistry, in biology, certain change can't happen without a catalyst. So to make your coffee warm up, there needs to be something to warm it. To cook food, you need something to cook the food. It needs to be heated up. Your goals are food. It's food for your soul. So you're here to accomplish stuff and to have deeds. So if you actually want to accomplish something, then do it. Do it, but don't give up. So you're going to get frustrated in things that you do, because that's the thing. You'll be the best person ever to teach up what you're doing, because you'll remember the time you got frustrated and you made change. So I remember I got frustrated with, I'll tell you my personal example. I got frustrated with vet school and just seeing how I'm like, hey, this is nothing of what I like. I don't like these classes. And I was just like, I was done. And I was doing crystals at the time. So I'm like studying and doing vet work and clinics and stuff like that. And I was working with crystals, and people in the vet program said, oh, that stuff's, you're gonna put that away. I'm like, you put your stuff away. I'm like, you know what? For the people who, and I was too rebellious. I was very hard-headed, very much Aries energy, but that frustration took me to being the full-fledged Florida Stone Man. I remember I said to myself, I'm like, you know what? I don't care. I just get into a mode, and I tell you guys to do the same thing. I just get into a mode. I don't care. 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 Success is inevitable. It's inevitable. And it's going to happen regardless. And that mindset has taken me very far. Let's just say it's taken me very, very far. So when it comes to your success, you probably have seen the same thing in your life somewhere. So let's just say some people take a class and well, I don't like this class, and you almost fail a class, but then you get frustrated, I don't like this anymore. So you shut the office hours, and then you start doing better, and then you calm down again. But if you're too calm, then nothing happens. So I'm gonna use some examples here, because I'm going back in time. I remember I remember I was getting frustrated back then about certain things I'd like to have changed, and I'm like, maybe I should calm the frustrations down. And I incorporated lavender, and I incorporated sandalwood and ylang-ylang, and I was doing everything to calm myself down. And I got calmed down, but I saw the least amount of change. I'm like, I don't think I like this. Like, it's comfortable, but like, you do that once you're done. You do that once you're done. You don't do that when you need to make progress or when you should make progress. So think about it. Where are you comfortable? Did you calm yourself somewhere down where the frustration should be there? So think about it. And the same thing applies. So let's just say if you are frustrated about something, but you act on it, then you make changes. It's catalyst needs to happen. So that catalyst needs to be there. So get frustrated if you have to get frustrated. Because it's going to move you. It will move you. It will full-fledged move you. So there's actually plenty of scenarios in the Bible where people have gotten frustrated. Most importantly, God has gotten frustrated with people. And he's like, you know what? Do this. Like, I'm frustrated with this. He's like, do this. Do this. And then change has been made. Periods of stagnation, because there could have been hundreds of years or a long period of time as a distance. Well, it felt like hundreds of years. In the Bible, actually, yeah, hundreds of years. So basically, a large period of time where God will take a break before he starts doing something big again. So I'm going to use more specific examples in the future, but so, there's so many examples. I don't want to say the example incorrectly, so I'm going to keep it back to the topic of this video, but that's a thing, when it comes to, and yes, I'm listening to my angels. They're giving me advice for this video. So being frustrated is good. Being frustrated is very, very good. But not to the point where you're giving up. So you transmute those energies fully. Now, where else can you get frustrated? You can get frustrated in a relationship. So, in a good way or in a bad way? And I'd like you to think about that. So, ask yourself. And this is actually, if you're with someone and they treat you very badly, like they hit you, they abuse you, it depends, because even in friendships, people will they'll cross boundaries and they'll just be like, hey, cut that out. So the person will put their hands on you, like, I don't like that, get your hands off me. So I mean, I'm the kind of person who, I won't say it, never mind, but okay, I won't say it. Someone puts their hands on me, I'm keeping the hand. But the thing is, and yes, I'm very peaceful, but I know how to extend my boundaries and defend myself. So that's the thing, defend yourself, guys. A lot of people are not defending themselves. Like, well, you have to be peaceful. Look what God had his followers do in the Bible. Literally had the heads on pikes because people did the wrong thing. So, okay, back to my example. Oh, this is a very good example. You have to get frustrated to see change. So if you're frustrated, then turn those energies into talking to God. And that's the most important part of this video. Most important part of this video, make sure you're talking to God. Say, God, I'm frustrated. I can't do this anymore. I'd like your help. I'm going to not complain. I'm going to shut up. I'm going to manifest it. But I'd like you to help me, God. And guess what? God's on it. He's on it. He's on it. He's literally on it. He's like, okay, if the Most High God, if Lord Jesus Christ, Holy Spirit, if God sees you putting in your full-fledged effort and you are just like, you're doing 100% of whatever you can do and you're doing it for as long as you can do it, there's a covenant between man and God as to he will force and intervene and God will help you. It's kind of like spiritual law to the sense where God's going to make it happen. He makes it happen because it can't not happen. You asked him, you're doing the best you can, and you're sticking with it. It can't not happen. It's inevitable. It is inevitable. So, with this being said, if you like, no, it's gonna happen anyway, and you get so comfortable, it'll take a lot longer. If you want it to happen in your time, then it's not gonna happen in your time. It'll happen in God's timing, but you can speed things up by putting in more action. So, start writing stuff down. If you are frustrated and you're not writing stuff down, you're going to be confused and frustrated. You're going to have brain fog and frustrated. So write everything you do down. Be like, okay, what works? What doesn't work? What does work? What doesn't work? So success is a wheel that can be reused. So look at your past and see what worked. Look at your past to see what doesn't work. If you're on a new journey, find what works for people who are very successful in that department. For example, if you're doing, well, let's just say, if you're doing sewing, and you don't even know where to start, and you're just like, I can't take this. Like this is too much. Look at someone who's successful at whatever they're doing in sewing. Don't copy what they're doing, but look at what makes them successful and do your own thing. That's the part where people mess up on, because we're like, well, I see them doing this, so I'm just going to copy it. God frowns upon that. He frowns upon that. Don't do that. So that's the thing. He has his own path for you, and your own path is beautiful. Your own path is beautiful. Now, you have to understand the heat element of frustration is important. So when you feel a rise of energy, I'm going to teach you a secret. When you feel mad, if you turn those into affirmations, all your anger is like, it goes up. That's why when you get stressed out, you feel sick. It's because you lost a portion of your immune system energy that defends you being not sick. So if you ever pay attention to when you get mad, you actually get sick afterwards. It's not just stress, it's your energy stands up and then it sits down, but sometimes it gets tired. So let's teach about it like this. The next time you get frustrated, and when you're in traffic, for example, and someone cuts you off or someone's driving crazy, the next time that happens, you use your affirmations. I taught you this method a couple of days ago, guys. Make sure you're watching my past videos, but say, I am rich and I am wealthy. I am successful. And all that energy from you being mad goes directly into the affirmation. And then you see tremendous success from it. So that's the main thing, and the main aspect of this part of this video is use that energy. Frustration's valuable. When you know how you get hot, and I'm gonna just tie all these examples together. You know how when you get angry, you get really hot. You're like, I can't take this anymore. You're like, oh, I can't take this anymore. I'm like, and you feel hot. That's why they call it heated. You're getting hot. You're getting heated. You're getting frustrated. You're getting upset. You're getting angry. Like you're getting stressed out. People don't know that heat is money. It's valuable. It's spiritual currency. That's why demons want you mad. It's because that heat is actual energetic currency and people don't even know it. So get mad. For example, someone's stopping in the middle of the street and someone's going to start beeping. So if you're the person who's driving around the person who's stopping in the middle of the street on a 25-mile-an-hour speed limit, and you feel that rising. So I'd like you to pay attention to that rising. So you feel these anger. It shouldn't be anger. You don't want to be angry, but you feel this frustration rising, and you feel this frustration. This just some of you don't know how to describe it, but okay. So the person started driving up in front of my car because people see me doing videos and they're just like, hi, you doing a video? But that's the biggest thing. Okay. And yeah, I keep my eyes on Florida. In Florida, I'm like this. So what happens? This is a good example. So what if someone who is in a boxing match, if they're fighting and they're too comfortable? They're like, well, I'll probably win. And they're too sure, and the other person's losing, and you always see, like, when someone's losing, it's like, it's kind of like that Roman instinct is like, it's kind of like the berserker. So I actually see it in the gym. So I notice when people are really frustrated at the fact that they can't lift a weight, for the people who have that warrior mindset, they're just like, not today. And that energy stands up and they go, whoop, and they lift whatever they have to lift. And they just like, for example, if something aggravated you before you went to the gym, you're lifting a lot more weight. It's because that frustration turned into productivity. So this whole video is about getting you to find out where you're frustrated at. You have to be frustrated at something. So not overly angry or anything like that. Just whatever, because God will have you going into your intuition like, okay, He'll kind of let you get frustrated because certain things you should be frustrated about. If someone puts their hands on you in a relationship and you're not getting frustrated, you need to be frustrated about that. The self-defend yourself is a Florida Stone, man, so I'm not teaching this next about that, but for example, and just find what frustrates you and use it to your advantage. What frustrates me sometimes when I make a video? People trying to make noise when people are sleeping next to their houses, so all the people stand on the balcony and look out as to why a guy on a motorcycle wants to show off why he's getting karma. So what do I do with that frustration? I'm like, ooh, I want to teach that to a video. So yeah, I get amped. So it might seem kind of crazy, but that's why when, for example, on a TikTok live, if someone leaves a mean comment, I'm like, I'm awake. I'm awake, because I transmute that energy, and you guys can do the same thing. I'm like, yeah. It's like a stick in a bonfire. So find whatever's a stick around you and put it in the bonfire. If you haven't already, go to floridastoneman.com and get a custom gemstone necklace. That is prescribed by my beautiful angels, and it's extremely powerful at bringing life change. It'll help you manifest literally anything to the Lord. If you have any questions, ask them in the comment section. Until then, I'll see you guys next time. Ciao.